Good morning, boys and girls, and happy 4th of July weekend, a time when we celebrate our country's birthday. So today I have two parables for you. Remember, we're doing our Summer of Parables, and parables are stories that Jesus would tell to help explain the Bible. So the first story is called The 10 Bridesmaids, and I'll show you the picture first. And this story goes like this. So 10 bridesmaids ran down the road holding their lamps to light the way, because back then they didn't have flashlights, so they had lamps and they would put oil in the lamps. And they were yelling, "The groom is coming, the groom is coming." But the groom was late. And so the bridesmaids were so tired, they had to wait and wait and wait. And finally, they closed their eyes and fell asleep. But suddenly there was a shout. And one of them said, "I see the groom, he's coming." So 5 bridesmaids jumped up and they poured extra oil into their lamps so they were able to see. But the other 5 bridesmaids didn't bring extra oil. So they forgot, and they asked the 5 bridesmaids who did have the oil, they said, "Could you give us any oil? Because we forgot to bring some." And the 5 bridesmaids with oil said, "We're sorry, but we only brought enough for our lamps." So 5 bridesmaids who remembered to bring the oil got to go and see the groom, and the other 5 bridesmaids did not. So Jesus said, remember, this story helps you to think about how I am coming again, and you need to be prepared for me. So what are some ways that we can prepare for Jesus? We can do things like being kind to other people, living the way that God and Jesus wants us to live. We can go to church, we can read our Bibles, we can be nice to our brothers and sisters. So those are all ways that we can be prepared for Jesus to come again. So the second parable I have is called the parable of the talents. And I'll show you the pictures right now for that one. So first thing I need to explain about this story is that a talent is like a coin in Bible times. So it was worth a certain amount of money in Bible times. And so the talents were, think of them as coins. So Jesus told this story about using God's gifts as coins. Now what that means is God gives all of us special gifts. So some people might be good at skipping rope, let's say. Some people might be good at baseball. Some people might be good at being kind to other people. Some people might be good teachers. So whatever gifts God gives you, He expects you to use them. So the story goes like this. A man was going on a trip, and he said, "I need someone to take care of my money when I'm gone." So he found 3 servants, and he gave each of them some coins. So he only gave 1 coin to 1 servant, but he gave a bunch of coins to the other 2 servants. So the man went on his trip, and then he came back home again. But while he was gone, the 1 servant who had only the 1 coin dug a hole and buried it because he was afraid of losing that 1 talent. The other 2 men, though, who had been given more than 1 coin, they took it into town, and they took it to the store, and they were able to turn it into more talents when the man got home. So they were able to multiply the talents. So when the man got home who had given the talents away, he looked to the men who had given the talents, taken the talents into town and made more talents from it. He looked at them and he said, "Good job. You did a very good job. I'm going to give you more that you can multiply." But when he looked at the man who had given only 1 talent to, he looked at the man, and the man said, first of all, he dug up the talent, and he dug it up out of the hole, and he handed the talent to his master serves, his master, and he said, I was afraid, so I buried this talent in the ground because I didn't want to lose it. So he didn't invest the talent, and he didn't put it to good use to make more talents. So the man said to him, give your talent to the others. He said, you didn't use it wisely. You didn't make it grow and get bigger. So I am not going to give you any more talents. So now, that's how the story ends. And Jesus explained a little bit about what it means. And it means that whatever we have that we are good at, or that can help other people, we're not supposed to just hold it to ourselves. We're supposed to make sure that we use it and allow it to help other people as well. And a good example might be a smile. So if you have the ability to smile, which we all do, so think about it this way. You could choose not to smile, so that would be like digging a hole and burying your smile, or you could choose to smile. So if you smiled at one person, you would be able to get a smile back probably from that person. So that means that you have doubled the smiles that were done that day. Now think about it this way. If you smiled at 5 people, you would probably get 5 smiles back. So that would mean that your 5 smiles turned into 10 smiles. So that's kind of a way that you can think about the story. So just remember to always freely give what you have, and don't ever be afraid to use your talents. So I hope you enjoyed those stories today, and I hope you enjoy your 4th of July weekend. And VBS is coming up very, very soon, and Miss Jess is doing an awesome job with it, and lots of people have been involved. So I know you're going to enjoy VBS in the next couple of weeks. All right, boys and girls, take care, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.